Misty here. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I am rebooting my makeup rehab. So if you're new to this series, I can't remember who started it. I think it's just Steph and Emily kind of got it started. And basically it's a point-based system where something goes out for something to go in. And it's kind of a way to keep yourself accountable. It's a way of doing like a low buy, etc. So I started this, I think in February, and I set a really unrealistic goal. And I said, oh, April was my birthday month and I could go free within reason. And I was not reasonable in the month of May. I mean, in the month of April. I wasn't reasonable in the month of May either. So long story short, TLDR, I'm an emotional shopper and it's been a hard couple months. So I've turned to shopping to kind of do that. So, but Rob and I have some house things that we want to get done. I think I mentioned some of these in my last update, but the newest one is we're going to redo our guest bedroom. No, bathroom. Bedroom comes later, but bathroom first. We've already bought the vanity. So I need to get new mirrors. We got to pick on paint, trim, faucets, all of the things. We're not ripping out the shower or anything like that. We're just kind of doing some cosmetic changes. We need to fix our floor. That's still something that we need to do. We need to do something with our front door. That's something that we still need to do. So we have these big things coming, and me buying makeup just doesn't fit with that. So what I've decided to do is I really want to be on a low buy, no buy. And I can't say that I can't buy anything because for some reason my brain goes, watch me. I'm sorry, you're not the boss of me. And I'm like, nope. Or I'll buy one thing and I'm like, okay, it's all ruined. I'm the same way with the way I eat. So yeah. So what I've decided to do is do a 2-for-1 system. So, and I'm going to count everything. So skincare, hair care, body care, everything is going to count towards my point system. So for every 2 empties I have, I get 1 point. That 1 point will go toward whatever I want to buy. Everything I want to buy is 5 points. So like if I want a new blush, it's 5 points. If I want a new bronzer, it's 5 points. If I need a new want a new foundation, it's 5 points. The only thing is not going to cost me is going to be setting spray because I'm actually really running low on those, but everything else is going to cost me. Now, this is separate from an eyeshadow bank, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So 2-for-1, so 2 empties equals 1 point, and everything costs 5. If it is a face palette, like if I wanted to buy this Too Faced face palette, which has 6, that would be 30 points. So 5 points per pan. So each item is 5 points. So this would be $30, 30 points. And I'm doing it that way because a 1-for-1 is not enough. Like that's nothing to deter my spending. It's nothing to deter like wanting to buy. So it's my hope that this will kind of help me stick to this. And that's the main goal. So 2 out, 1 point. So 2 empties equals 1 point. Buying something other than eyeshadow is 5 points. Primer, foundation, everything but setting spray. And if I run out of like shampoo and conditioner, because I'm about to start my last shampoo and conditioner. So things that I don't have excess of don't count right now. So that will get me points. The other way that I get points is I have a lifestyle kind of add-on to this, diet add-on to this. I'm trying to get some weight off because I am going to have another back surgery, and I'm also trying to get my blood sugars back down. So for every 7 days that I stick to plan and my blood sugar is in the normal range, I'm going to get a point. So at the end of the month, I could potentially have 4 or 5 extra points depending on how I did in that month. I know Becca Hope did something like this last year, but there was a lot to it, but I'm just going to, if I eat right. If I eat right, I'm going to get a point. The last way that I can earn a point is if I don't spend. So if I'm successful in not buying anything in that month, I'm going to give myself a point. Just one, but I'm going to give myself a point. So, and then, like I said, every single thing costs 5 points. And hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully you guys understand it. And hopefully this works for me. Do I need anything? No, I do not. Are a few things I want? Yes, very much. But, yeah, I just have to be better. I mean, I just have to be better. I have to be better. I don't need it. I have to be better. So separate from that is eyeshadow. So I started an eyeshadow bank. I've lost it. But this is all starting July 1st. July 1st, by the way. So on the empties, my empties for June will give me points for July. And then going forward, it'll be the month before or whatever. Hopefully that makes sense. I think it'll make sense when I do my first update. So for the eyeshadow, it's 1 for 1. So 1 pan of eyeshadow equals 1 pan of eyeshadow. So if like the Cosmic brushes, they're restocking Serenity, they're restocking Muse, and they're releasing a new palette. And I want the Muse, and I want the new one, whatever that is. So however many, I think there's 20 in those palettes. That's how many pans I've had to have hit. This starts July 1st. Those palettes launch on the 23rd. So if I happen to get those before July 1st, then they're not going to count. But if I can't get them until sometime in July, then they will count. And again, 1 for 1. So 1 pan hit equals 1 eyeshadow pan that I can buy. If I finish an eyeshadow, because I have a couple of those goals going forward, it's going to be 2 for 1. So if I finish an eyeshadow, that's 2 points for that 1 finished eyeshadow. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to challenge myself to hit $5,000 again this year. And I'm going to challenge myself to try to hit at least 500 products finished. I don't know that I'll make 500 because it's the middle of the year and I'm only right at 200. But I do think that I could hit $5,000 worth of empties by the end of the year. Maybe. Possibly, maybe. So I didn't set that up. I did it last year with a group. We all did Pin Our Way to 5K. And I did it. And I finished right at 500 products last year. The problem is last year I was pushing to finish. And this year I've been pushing to hit pan. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I'm hoping, like if I have a bank, like build up a bank with some empties and stuff, then I will be more successful at a more no buy, low buy than I have been in the past. And, you know, for the eyeshadow pans, a pan for pan, I think that's a good way to do things. Could I potentially end up with 200 new pans this year? Yes, I could. But I've also been decluttering some things. Like I sold that Bella Beauté bar palette on Mercari. I'm going to sell my 3 Temptalia Sydney Grace palettes. If you're interested in those, let me know. I'm also going to sell all of my Sydney Grace singles. And I have some other things that I'm going to sell as well. So I am going to be slimming down my eyeshadow collection. I'm going to be slimming down my like face collection. So there's going to be some slimming down. You guys know I always send at least 1 box a year to Project Beauty Share. I've got a box of stuff for Jessica. Like, so I'm going to be like kind of moving out some things, but I also want to continue using up a few things. So that's kind of my thought on this. I've been talking about this with my therapist. Like I've been in therapy. I see her now every week. I was like, I cannot see you every other week. I need to see you every flipping week. So it's been, like I said, it's been a hard few weeks. It's been an emotional few months. And I tend to lean toward food and I tend to lean toward shopping. I've kind of cut off at the food thing and working very much to disassociate emotional eating, like emotions from food. Unfortunately, those are very deep because my grandmother was, her love language was food. And I was her target of choice. So there's a whole lot to unpack there, but I really want to be mindful of what I'm eating. I really want to be mindful of what I'm purchasing. I want to make sure that I'm not bringing stuff in that could potentially go bad before I have an opportunity to use it. I think I mentioned in another video that the Marc Jacobs dewdrops that I had, they went bad. Of course, those were already like on clearance and probably have been at Sephora for a few years, but yeah. So anyway, and like I said, we have some things that we have coming up. If you want to help me decide, I cannot decide on what I want to do to the walls in my guest room. So if you don't want to hear about this, thank you for joining me. Subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Do all the things. If you want to know, so we're going to redo our guest bathroom. So our guest room, guest bathroom, laundry room were the first rooms we touched when we moved into this house because I wanted a place where people could come and stay and it not be a beige nightmare. Like when we bought this house, it was a foreclosure and it was beige from floor to ceiling, literally. I'll insert some pictures. And so I really wanted the bathroom and the guest bathroom to be, you know, the first kind of spaces that we did. And we've been in this house now 12 years. And so we did those 11 years ago and it's time for something different. So I'll insert a picture of what we did. We did this on a budget. We were doing it on the slimmest of budgets. So we bought a new vanity and it's called Marine Gray. So it's kind of a very blue gray. It's almost close to a navy, but it's not quite a navy. And I want to do like molding. Rob and I love trim. Like we love millwork and trim and coffered ceilings and crown molding and all of the things. We currently have crown molding in there. So my thought is I want to do either board and batten or, you know, beadboard or something that is like trim on the bottom and then a paint color on the wall that also goes on the ceiling. I've painted all of our ceilings for the most part, other than that bathroom now and our primary bedroom have the ceiling painted the same color as the walls because we have popcorn ceilings and trying to cut in with popcorn is impossible. So I told Rob, like, just paint it all the same color. So I'm thinking either go light coral, like real light coral, go a really light blush pink, or go Kelly green. So I've already made some kind of decisions on this. Like I've decided that I want to do wallpaper. I've decided that in the guest bedroom, I want to do kind of molding with the matching wallpaper. I wanted to have, I'll insert a couple of pictures of things that I found so far. I don't want to do pill and stick. I'd rather have the wallpaper guy come out and do it. I'll try to remember to insert a picture of our main bathroom, the wallpaper that I did behind the mirrors, which was a paintable wallpaper and I left it white. So yeah, I've been doing lots of thinking. Oh, I'll insert the mirrors too. So pretty. Okay, bye. Because I have Kelly green, magenta, and navy in my dining room. And then I was like, do I want to do wallpaper? And I found some really pretty floral wallpaper. But then I was like, okay, it's 11 years. In 11 years, if I want to repaint that wall, we got to take down the wallpaper to paint it. And I know a lot of people are like, you can get pill and stick. But pill and stick is not going to last for 10 years. It's just not. So, yeah. Anyway, let me know what you think. If you care. Okay. Bye for now. Lord, I talked so very much.